coach Brian Kinney. I'm now joined by Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson, two longtime world heavyweight champions, and they have a lot of experience in rematches. You had a couple of a rematch with Evander Holyfield. How much more difficult is the second fight compared to the original?
Well, it's always difficult because the guy's prepared for you. And, you know, for me, I already beat him the first time. So the second time was just really just going through the motions. So, you know, but there's always that chance that he may come back and get a lucky punch.
Did you have to prepare differently, figuring that he might have figured you out?
Yes, well, basically I did the same thing, but he was a lot better prepared for me. You know, the first fight he was coming in singing, and I was like, yo, he's singing? All right, I'm going to make this difficult for him. So second fight, I noticed he wasn't singing.
How do you see this evening's fight?
I think it's going to be an interesting fight. You know, Maidana really has to do something different than he did before. Last time, you know, he was throwing some wild punches. I think he needs to be more precise and more technical and throw straighter punches. I think when he's throwing the wild punches, it really takes the power off the shots.
At what point do you think age becomes a factor for a guy like Floyd Mayweather?
You know, I thought age would be a factor like 2 fights ago, but he shocked me and he looked like he was getting faster. So, you know, age, Father Time is always knocking on the door. So whether it's this fight or the next fight, you know, he's the judge of that.
Where do you rank him? I don't mean 1 through 5 or 1 through 50, but how do you rank him as one of the all-time greats?
Oh, definitely one of the all-time greats. I mean, his record speaks for himself. Just his boxing style, you know, nobody can really figure him out yet. I said the only person that can beat him is himself.
Now, you haven't stood next to this guy for a long, long time, since that evening many years ago in Memphis, and you shake hands. Mike, you had a couple of rematches. You had it with Holyfield. You lost both times, but you also had it with Ruddock. How much more difficult was that second fight? I just put that question to Lennox. How much more difficult was it for you?
The second fight was always difficult because the guy, like you said, prepared. Because I lost Holyfield, but then again, even though I knocked Ruddock out in the first time, he came really prepared in the second fight.
What do you do differently in your preparation when you become so familiar with the guy like you were with those two?
Well, I just getting the best physical and psychological condition I could possibly can, and just fight him the way I've done the last time, but with some kind of introspective, more vigor.
You were surprised last time with the performance that Maidana put on against Floyd. Do you think he can do as well or better this time?
Well, listen, to me, it's going to be difficult for a guy like that to rise to that occasion again, you know, I think. But we'll see. Anything's possible.
What would he have to do differently?
Hey, he would just have to continue moving his hands more. Because that's the way to fight for. You have to be rough. You have to be mean with him. You have to be disregarded. Sometimes you may have to fight a little dirty, but hey, we're fighting anyway, so if he gets mad, who cares?
How much did age become a factor toward the end of your career, and how much did you start to feel it with the number of fights?
I don't think age had nothing to do with my performance. It's my desire. I no longer had the desire to fight anymore. I don't think age has any kind of setback as far as fighting. As long as you have the desire and you're in good physical condition, of course.
So for a guy like Floyd, do you think it's difficult to stay hungry, or do you see any signs of that changing?
Well, I don't know. You think maybe if you fought Maidana 10 years ago, how do you think the outcome would have came out, really?
All right, well, thank you both. Did you ever think that you guys would be standing next to each other having this kind of a civil kind of a conversation?
I've seen him over the years. I've seen him in a bunch of occasions. I've seen him.
Yeah, I mean, there's no violence right now, you know, no hate. You know, it's all business, all love. Yeah.
All right. Before I get hurt on camera, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Lennox.
Thank you.
Good to see you guys. All right, back to you, Brian.